Hi there, crypto fans. Today we're gonna talk about one of the best NFT gaming projects out there, Sidus Heroes. What is Sidus Heroes? Well, Sidus Heroes is basically multiple games put into one. You're gonna be a player inside of an MMO RPG, and you're gonna be able to travel between these different planets. And each planet is gonna have its own game that has been built by its own developers. Not only that, but Sidus Heroes have created a system which will not only allow the people who comes with the money to get parts of the revenue, but even the players themselves. And as far as I know, the only other project that's gonna share their revenue, excluding Sidus Heroes, is Ethereum, meaning that Sidus Heroes is part of a revolutionary system in the crypto space. So, how can you take part of the revenue share? Well, the first way is to own some shares in their modules, and we will go into the entire module system soon. The second way is to own some of the Sidus tokens, and I will go into that system after I've told you about the module system. A module is the equivalent of a company inside of the game. By owning parts of the module, it's the same as owning stocks in a company. The only difference between a real company and a module is the fact that 25% of the profits made by the module will go directly to the team. 25% of the income will be burned, and the remaining 50% will be shared between the investors. Now, you might be wondering, how can you become an owner of the Sidus modules? Well, it's actually really easy. You do play the game, you get resources, and then you invest these resources into the modules. And each resource has its own point value. The more points you have, the bigger percentage you're gonna own of the module, and the more you're gonna get in passive income through the module in the future. The second way to start to earn revenue share is through the hedonism center. And no, I don't mean by owning a part of the hedonism. They're soon in March gonna have a competition where every Sidus token you put into the game will be worth 1 point, and every Xenna token you put into the game will be worth 100 points. And by the end of it all, whoever have the most points will be deemed the richest, and will gain 10% of their revenue from the competitions in the Sidus Metaverse for that entire month. And they have stated that these competitions will continue forever. There's currently 3 known games in the Sidus universe. The Battler, that's inside of Nidum, Xena and Tembazar. There is actually more games coming, however they have not released any information on these games yet, so I'm not gonna talk about them. However, what I can say is that in total, they are expecting around 20 games to be out by 2026. The Battler is the first out of many games that's about to come out from the Sidus Heroes. Xena is gonna be a battle royale strategy game where you play for resources, and as you're playing the game, you're gonna earn abilities, shards, and boxes. You can later on also sell them to other players to make some extra money by the side. Now let's move on to Tembazar. Tembazar is gonna be a third-person shooter game. What's making Tembazar so special is the fact that it's gonna become a browser game. That means that players from all over the world is gonna be able to access it without having to have an amazing computer with a lot of memory. In fact, they actually tried it out on a Core i3 with 4GB RAM. And even so, it still worked with 120 FPS with 2 to 4K HD, and I honestly don't know what the rest of these specs mean, so you guys gonna decide for yourself if these are impressive. But the fact that they managed to do this with these low specs, I must say, it's really impressive. So, what do you think? Personally, I love this project. Not only are they gonna have 20 games out, by 2026. But they also give revenue share. They are one of the 2 only NFT gaming projects I know about, at least, that's giving revenue share. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or ever will say is financial advice. I'm not even telling you to put money into this project. However, I do hope that after watching this video, you will look them up and do your own research on them. And who knows, we might meet in the Discord. Might see you there. Have a nice day. Oh, and don't forget to follow.